I'm a tiny taggart in a brave new world, gonna free this town. If you didn't know about me already, well, you know it now.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Objectivist Girl. Thank you for seeking knowledge. So today, guys, we're going to talk about education, particularly public education. So on the topic of education, Ayn Rand states, "The only purpose of education is to teach a student how to live his life by developing his mind and equipping him to deal with reality. The training he needs is theoretical, i.e. conceptual. He has to be taught to think, to understand, to integrate, to prove. He has to be taught the essentials of knowledge, discovered in the past, and he has to be equipped to acquire further knowledge by his own effort." So with that, we're going to focus on public education today and the ills of this system. First of all, it is important to note that the U.S. Constitution makes no mention of public education. Prior to public education, America also had the highest literacy rate in the world. It is lastly important to note that the NEA was an advocate for statism from the beginning. At virtually every convention since 1869, you would hear speeches promoting statism. This is a quote from one of those conventions. "The best way with children may often be, in the pompous words of animal trainer, to arrange everything in connection with the trick so that the animal will be compelled by the laws of his own nature to perform it." And this is the way that the NEA is speaking about children, as if they are animals. Needless to say, public education is a state-funded brainwashing system. They teach you to learn, to memorize, not to think. For example, the look-see method. Look, Jane. Look, look. See, Dick. Look, see, Dick. And it goes on like this for pages and pages. So the child is not actually taught the alphabet anymore. They're taught how to look at a word and recognize it as a whole, not individual letters and sounding it out. Needless to say, this is a bad system. If you don't see how this is a bad system, you should look further into it and do a little bit more research because it's very important. Finally, little fact, did you know that the dyslexia rates went way up after the look-see method was implemented? So, how well are our public schools performing? Let's get straight down to it. We now rank 17th internationally. We rank 25th in math. We rank 17th in science. We rank 14th in reading. We spend $10,615 per pupil. We're the top 5 worldwide. And Washington, D.C. spends $18,667 per pupil. We now outspend every single other country on education. Our teachers, both experienced and brand new, outlearn most of their counterparts. We spend 7.3% of GDP on education, and the U.S. carries about $390 billion of unfunded teacher pension liabilities. So, how is our public education system doing? Bad. It's going very badly. We need to ban public education, we need to privatize all education, and we need to work towards better education. It shouldn't be about memorizing things. It should be about teaching people to think on their own, using philosophy, using objectivism. That's why I started this channel, because more people need to learn how to think for themselves, and public education is brainwashing you. Little fact before I round this rant off. Did you know that the Pledge of Allegiance originally ended in a Nazi hand gesture? Yes, you know the one. I'm not doing it on camera. Public education does not work. Knowledge is only something that can be acquired by the individual because we all have different goals and priorities. We can't box an education system up. We can't box a knowledge base up and expect it to meet all of these goals and priorities. So what do? We encourage students to learn philosophy, to think for themselves, to gather information from the world around them. Information is everywhere, guys, and objectivism helps you acquire this knowledge. So I really hope that you'll keep watching this channel because this is how you learn, is by learning how to learn. and properly use your mind. So thank you for joining me. Remember guys, knowledge is not for all men, but for those who seek it. So keep seeking.